Yeah, what's good, yo? So like, as you know, on my channel, like I also do like the tips and tricks, you understand? So like on this video, I have a quick one. So you're probably wondering like why I'm showing this phone right here, you know? And as you've read the title of the video, because the more advanced your phone is, right, the more they're gonna be able to track you easily, you understand? Because your phone has all of those components that they need to track every movement, basically, you understand? Finances, what you search. So if they have what you search, then they have what you're thinking about. You understand? They can always flash things based upon the criteria of what you always search, to make you think in a certain way. That's why, like, when you search for something on Google, and then you'll start seeing ads about it on other social medias because it's how the system works. Understand? And it's how it has to work because if it won't work that way, then they won't be able to track us. You understand? So just for privacy and to avoid being hacked and being like your finances being tampered with and stuff like that, you can simply get this phone. I understand? I bought this phone for just 100 rands, $10. I don't know other currencies, but if you can get this phone, it has this phone has no tracking system. It has no, of course it has internet, but since it's not even 3G, then they will instantly where you are, and your finances and stuff like that. It's easy for them to access it. So if you're somebody who doesn't understand even how a computer works, then for you to even think like this, it's impossible. Understand? For you to even understand the process that happened behind it, the dynamics that happened behind why they should even track an individual in the first place. So to just be on the safe zone, this is the tip, trick, advice I have for you. You can have a good phone, right? A good phone, a tablet, a smartphone, whatever, and that you use to maybe for work and stuff like that. Okay, important things, understand? And then you have this smaller one, understand? For calling, for strictly like things that you shouldn't associate with other things, understand? Because we all have those individually, uniquely, for our own individual purposes, right? So this is the tip, the trick, the advice, the opinion, whatever you want to call it.
Let me show you something. You see this, the network of this one is constantly buzzing. You see, let me light it up again. You see, it's constantly buzzing there. The network, there's a beep and a buzz there. You see, it's always that means that you are always active, no matter if you are online or not. Now look at this one. It's just static. You understand? It's your network. Nobody can tamper with it. Understand? It's yours. Compared to these ones, it's like me partnering with these people to get you these phones, right? You are partnering with these phones to get your information without you even knowing. Even if you know, like, it doesn't matter because you are using their stuff, right? So they have to, there's terms and conditions to it, understand? So like you can have these phones are very good, whatever, but this is the best phone you'll ever find on earth, even in space, on the universe, whatever. This is the best phone. Long battery, they never track you, just like it's perfect. You know when that person who created this kind of phone, right, the one that you can put in the pocket, the miniature version of a phone, he was thinking about exactly that this phone has to just go in the pocket and I'll be able to use it like that. Not that now you're gonna be able to exchange information about yourself with these agents, understand? Then they actually control your life using their systems because you won't even know. Like, these people are 10,000 times smarter than the average person, understand? So you can't even begin to think like them, to say, okay, why would they even, like, you won't know because they already played every move that you are still thinking, that you are still ever gonna want to think about, understand? You won't even cover up and come out of that net. That's why they call it an internet that they've created for you, unless you understand yourself. Simple. I would say technology, whatever, but these things, I haven't even went to school for technology, but logically just using a higher sense of logic, I can tell that, okay, why is this phone buzzing? It's always buzzing, even if the data is off, right? But this one is never buzzing. It means this one is always active on the net. Even if I switch my data off, it's always exchanging whatever that I've been exchanging already. It's on the net. So with this one, I can only exchange a few stuff, and location is not included, right? So this one you can never find me, even if there was a point whereby people had to find me. You understand? So I'm just putting it out there for people who need this kind of, alternative for whatever that they got going on in their lives. Understand? And you should think about it. Even in movies, they use this kind of phone. Even though after they call, they know, like, once you make it, like in movies, obviously, by the time you see a person using this phone, then you know that they are most wanted. So I'm not even wanted, so I'm just using it just to protect my privacy and finances, because a lot of people are crazy. They'll send you emails, texts saying that you want money, whatever, because they want you to exchange those things, to exchange your information. After you exchange your information, they filter it through that net of whatever that they've been programming you with, so that they can know what to put there for you to see, so that you can fall for another circuit on the net. Understand? Like it's a trap, but it's deep to understand it. So all you have to do, if you want privacy, right, as far as your information, because if you use the internet, if you're always using the internet, if you don't use the internet, like, you don't need this phone. And it's crazy because people who don't use the internet are those who use this phone. Understand? But if you know that you use the internet mostly, then you need to have a separate line for information. That is very important. Understand? So that not even in one point you'll find people hacking you or taking advantage of your finances, because of now, the more you get money, right, the more you start to filter out of this circuit that they've created on a lower spectrum. You start to rise to a higher spectrum, and you gain visibility. Now they see, okay, you have money. When you have 1,000 rand, what would they do with 1,000 rand? Because they have millions. So once you reach a billions cycle or segment, then that's when you're gonna be able to be visible to them. And then, okay, that's when now you're gonna start using the information that you've been exchanging for the past 10 years about you. You've been exchanging 10 years of information about you. Now you are a billionaire, right? You want to do things, you discover that your money is being tampered with. You don't even think about it. It's like, because you've been using these phones for the past 10 years, right? You've been using these ones that exchange information. Even when you are talking with somebody and it's off, they can hear you, because the network is always buzzing. So it's always like the information is always out, and the gatekeeper gave away the key. Understand? Because of it's on, right? And when you trusted them to say, okay, this network, I'm gonna work with them to exchange information from this place to this place, right? From email to a company called what, right? But now, instead of it going from email to that company, it has to filter through now other stuff that they've that they are being paid for to advertise. You understand? So instead of your email going straight to your company that you want to send it to, you're gonna see an ad somewhere on the internet, just along the process, because that's why I said they are 100 times smarter than you. You won't even think that they are thinking like that. Understand? But they've already programmed each and every one of us according to using the computers and technologies that they have. And so they'll pop up an ad just before you get there. Now you are distracted, you're putting your information somewhere else. But people like me who know, obviously we don't do that, right? But somebody else who doesn't know, and then we end up winning money, lotto, whatever. That person becomes rich. The next thing, they don't have money. They can't even explain where their money went. And people now, they ridicule them because they think, okay, this person won 10 million and they finished it in a year, not knowing that this person didn't have the knowledge that, okay, when you have so much money, you start to surface, right? And then these people can now tamper with your resources because they see that this person is resourceful and he can create resources for themselves, right? So it's like how bankers used to do in the old days. They used to take your money just a little potion, because they know that you won't even think about it like that. But once they take a lot of people's potions, then it adds up to being what? A lot of money. You understand? So that's what they do. They don't have to take your money like this, or they don't have to get your information like this, or by force. They just have to put some roadblocks on the internet for you to go through each and every day. The more you use the internet, right? And the more you use the internet, the more obviously by default you're gonna change information like that. In that sense, you understand? In that process, and they're gonna use the very same information, recycle it to create a new program for you. Understand? That is in resonance with whatever that you're doing currently. And they don't even have to be there and type. No, it's already automated for each and every individual to filter through like that without you even knowing, or them even having to work on it every day. Understand? In the very same way that you can use your computer to automate stuff and emails that you don't have to do every day. Understand? Because it can be exhausting to type the very same email every day. So you can automate it and do it like that until somebody else comes and stops it. So how you stop it right now? This is the manual option you'll ever have right now. Get the Agent P. It's not really Agent P, but I call it the Agent P. Understand? Agent phone. You become the agent, because they've been using these phones so that you won't track them, or anybody to track them. But they don't tell you that because they want to track you. So they create these smartphones to make you down. Understand? And get all your information so that they have you at the tip whenever that they need you, which is whenever that they need you is when now you are at the top level there. Understand? You have a lot of money. That's when they'll need you, because why? You are resourceful. So it's simple as that. You don't need to go through school to understand each and every component of this phone. You just look at life, look at these things, learn how to think, because not only you think that you are thinking, and then once you learn how to think, that's when you're gonna see these things and the reason why they even exist in the first place, till you get to these realizations that I'm bringing about right now. You understand? Simple. I don't even do electronics. So now for the best Agent P phone, like if you want the best one that I said, I promise that I'll find for you. Like, go to the link, you'll find the most affordable. I said this one I bought it for 100 rands, which is maybe $15 or $10, right? And you can get a much more even affordable one. Understand? And with these qualities that I've mentioned, right? Because others, especially the ones that they make right now, they obviously have a tracking system. But the ones are the classical ones. These are the classical Agent P phones. You'll never find them anymore unless on the internet, because that's where they sell them now. Because those, like on the internet, you'll find every kind of archive, right, that's ever been existing. That's where you'll find it, on the internet. So if you want the best archives of these phones, this is what's gonna happen, right? I've partnered with Amazon and eBay, you understand? So that you guys can get these, because not everybody's gonna get these exact ones. That like these ones don't have those components that I've talked about, which is that thing that like the GPS location component, understand? It doesn't have the location, so they won't be able to even get access of your location. Like finances, I don't even want to speak, because these phones, they don't register through the internet, right? So they can never track your information on the internet about the finances that you have. Understand? So you get this kind of phone, right? So since I've partnered with eBay and Amazon, then I'm gonna find the best one for you, understand? And the most affordable, because all of them are affordable anyway, but it depends on the quality of this, understand? And because these phones, like these are emergency phones. Look at this battery. It has been like this for the past like 2 days. See, it's been like full, almost full, past 2 days. So like you have to, I'll definitely actually find it, right? And then you'll check which one is best for you, right? So yeah, all you have to do is you go to eBay, or you use the links that I'm going to give you, and then you type Agent P, which is the name of this phone, Agent P, for AKA for agents not to track you, right? So yeah guys, this is the phone, and that's how you avoid being hacked, tracked, and all those nasty things. Understand? See you on the next one, man.